Have you ever felt totally stuck in chess? Like you know all the rules, but you don't really get the reasons behind the moves? Well, what if I told you the secret to getting better isn't about memorizing openings, but about actually rewiring how your brain sees the board? Okay, let's dive into this, because today we're going to build a framework to do exactly that.
So this whole thing starts with a really cool idea from neuroscience called neuronal plasticity. It sounds complicated, but it's simple. It's your brain's amazing ability to change and adapt. Every single time you learn something new, or solve a puzzle, or, play a game of chess, you are physically building new pathways in your mind.
And this slide just nails it. If your brain is a muscle, then chess is pretty much the ultimate gym. It's this incredibly focused workout for the single most important piece you have in the game. And, in life.
So here's our game plan. We're going to build this pyramid of improvement. We'll start with the brain itself, then we'll cover the fundamental pillars of the game, how to punish common mistakes, and finally, how to really start thinking like a strategist.
All right, Section 1, the chess player's brain. This is where we connect that big idea of brain plasticity directly to the 64 squares on the board. Now, what's so fascinating here is just how specifically chess targets these functions. Think about it. Your attention gets a major workout, forcing you to focus on the whole board but also zoom in on a critical threat. Your memory is always firing, recalling openings, tactical patterns, even what your opponent did last game. And then there's the big one, executive functions. Every single move you make is an exercise in planning, reasoning through what might happen, and then making a choice under pressure. It's a full-on cognitive workout.
Okay, on to Section 2, the pillars of the game. This is the absolute foundation of our pyramid. These are the fundamentals you just have to master before you can even think about doing the fancy stuff.
These are the 3 golden rules of the opening. They're basically non-negotiable. First, control the center. Second, develop your pieces. Get them off the back rank and into the fight. And third, get your king safe, which usually means castling. Everything else, it comes after you've done these 3 things. And let's just zoom in on that first rule for a second. Why is the center so darn important? Well, it's because controlling the center gives your pieces the most freedom, the most mobility, while at the same time it cramps your opponent's style. You get more options, they get fewer. It really is that simple. Okay, the foundation is set. Now for Section 3. This is where we learn how to spot those predictable mistakes your opponent makes and turn them into some quick, easy wins. It's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? And the answer usually isn't some brilliant 10-move attack. Nope. More often than not, it's about capitalizing on a few really common, really fatal flaws in thinking that you see again and again at the beginner level. This slide is the perfect do this, not that guide. So, beginners, they love to bring their queen out way too early, which just makes it a target. A stronger player, they develop their other pieces first, often attacking that queen to gain time. Beginners will move the same piece over and over, but a stronger player makes it a priority to get all their pieces into the game. And finally, leaving the king hanging out in the center is just asking for trouble. Castling is absolutely crucial. So how do you actually punish those mistakes? With these guys right here. These are your basic weapons. You've got the pin, where you attack a piece that can't move because something more valuable is right behind it. Then there's the double attack, or the fork. A classic. One of your pieces hits 2 of theirs at the same time. And the discovered attack, a really beautiful one, where you move a piece to reveal a hidden attack from another piece behind it. Master these. And that brings us to the very top of our pyramid, the strategist's mind. Okay, we're making a big shift here. We've covered the concrete rules, the tactical weapons. Now we're going to get into the abstract, the actual process of how a strong player thinks. This quote says it all, doesn't it? The goal is not to burn yourself out calculating every single possible move. That's impossible. The goal is mental efficiency. It's all about the quality of your thoughts, not the quantity. So here it is. Here's the secret. Strong players do not calculate everything. They filter first. They use their understanding of the game to throw out all the bad or irrelevant moves before they even start to calculate, which saves all their mental energy for the moves that truly matter. So you see a weakness, right? You feel that urge to just launch an attack. It's such a critical moment. But a strategist, they don't just jump in. They pause, and they ask themselves a few really important questions first. This checklist right here, this is your filter. Number 1, do I have enough pieces in the attack? More than they have defending. 2, is my own king safe before I commit all my forces? 3,
Does my move actually create a real, concrete threat, or am I just kind of hoping for the best? 4, and this is a big one, what does my opponent want to do? And finally, 5, is there a quieter, maybe even better move available? Answering these questions can save you from like 90% of bad attacks.
And so, we've made it to our final section, your next move. We've gone all the way from brain science to the thought process of a chess master. Now, let's bring it all together.
See, at the end of the day, this whole pyramid of improvement, it isn't just a chess lesson. It's a way to train your mind. When you practice these principles, you're not just learning how to win more games, you're building habits of focused, efficient, and strategic thinking. You are literally giving your brain a workout.
So as we wrap this up, the real question isn't just about your next move on the chessboard. It's about what you're going to do to apply this framework. How will you consciously practice these mental habits? What will be your next move to build a stronger, more strategic mind? The game is yours.